Beta, come drink this turmeric milk. It will boost your immunity. Mummy, why should I eat this garlic? It tastes like garlic. Shall I make some ginger tea for you? It will help you fight against corona. How about some tulsi as well? I will add some giloy, ashwagandha, muleti, jalebi, pakoda, sodium, calcium, paramecium. Anand beta, dab some cow dung all over your body and go stand in the sun. You won't get corona. I read it on WhatsApp. Try it. Keep garlic in the north-south part of your house and it will kill all viruses within 500 meters. Hey dude, long weekend coming up, let's party. I have got some homemade cow urine. Let's drink it and get rid of this COVID. Gargle with hot water, drink lemon juice, dawa nahi to daru sahi. Take steam bath, drink rasam. Virus gets killed at 35 degrees. Kya aapke vaccine mein namak hai? Hello and welcome to yet another video by Pale Blue Thoughts. Many thanks for your overwhelming response to our last video titled Disaster Made in India. We appreciate your comments, likes and shares. Before we start with our usual corona bashing, there is another set of virus that we need to deal with and curb urgently. These viruses are people who share fake messages, audio or video clips, write-ups, cure, remedies of COVID on social media which are unscientific and majorly pseudoscience. Do such people who propagate this even know what a virus is? We doubt. Welcome to the ultimate guide to grandma's recipes to combat COVID. We have tons of such grandma's recipes on social media floating across each day. So to individually deal with each one would not be practically possible. The media has reported that some people are seeking alternative remedies to prevent or to treat COVID-19. Some of these purported remedies include the so-called all-natural and herbal therapies. Sadly, there is no scientific evidence that any of these alternative remedies can prevent or cure COVID-19. In fact, some of them may not be safe for everyone to consume. It is important to understand that although many herbal or dietary supplements and some prescription drugs come from so-called natural sources, natural does not always mean it is safer or a better option for your health. Now, the major reason why many people blindly forward such messages as soon as they receive is because majority of them do not have a decent idea or knowledge of what a virus is, how it infects and works inside humans. Also, to explain to such people the science behind the virus and its infection is also not an easy task. So even without going into deep into the science behind a virus, we are going to attempt with some decent logic and common sense as to why these suggested remedies or cures are fake or pseudoscience. India has a never-ending list of such so-called COVID medicines, right from turmeric, ginger and garlic to cow urine to applying cow dung all over the body. Some may sound outlandish to some people with brains instead of cow dung inside their heads. However, there are many who strongly believe that such remedies work. We will use a simple example to try and counter these false claims. One of the most common home remedies suggested in social media for cure or protection against coronavirus is drinking turmeric water or milk, which is claimed to either boost your immunity or protect you or kill the virus in the body, making the infected person COVID negative. Now, we have already discussed in detail why we should not boost or increase our body's immunity, which can cause serious issues in our body, in one of our previous videos, the link to which should appear at the top somewhere. Summary of that video was that it is scientifically proven that our body's immunity should always be at an optimum level and not high or low, both of which can be harmful. Secondly, it is more than 1.5 years since the start of the pandemic, and it has already claimed more than 3 million human lives across the world by now. If such home remedies could have prevented or cured COVID, could we not say that it would have prevented all these deaths? At least, wouldn't it have helped at least half of these people from dying? Did it happen? No. If such a simple remedy would have helped, why wouldn't the world use it and saved their lives. Secondly, if such simple remedies helped cure or prevent COVID, since it has already been more than a year and a half since the start of the pandemic, some pharma company around the world would have already taken the recipe, patented it, and used and made a medicine out of this, sold this across the world and earned millions. People are often saying that pharma companies are always out to make money. Wouldn't they have utilized this pandemic to fill their pockets? But have you seen any reputed company taking these home remedies seriously? Instead, they're all still trying to make a scientifically proven drug to treat or prevent this. We also need to understand why all these medical organizations across the world are still not able to make any medicine for this disease, and why simple home remedies like turmeric milk isn't a cure for COVID-19. That is because of something unique in viruses, which is very different from other disease-causing microorganisms. If you read virology texts, you would understand that a virus is not something which is considered even as a living thing in many respects. A virus becomes active only when it enters a living cell. Once it enters a cell, it becomes active and starts replicating itself, making hundreds of its copies and hence causing some disease in us. The disease which it causes depends upon the type of the virus. The genetic material in viruses are either RNA or DNA. So these viruses replicate their genetic material or molecule to make copies and their next generation. This process of replication happens inside a cell and at a molecular level. So because of this fact, any medicine for this virus would need to penetrate into the cell and stop this replication activity at this micromolecular level. So to make such a medicine is obviously not a simple activity. What we call as antibiotics usually acts on the bacteria, destroying it at its exterior level, and does not require for it to enter and play its part at a molecular level. So comparatively, this is much easier. Having said this, there are a few medicines like for HIV which stops the replication of the virus. These have been made after years and years of research and work. For COVID, it's hardly been 1.5 years now, and we have barely had any time for this kind of a research. Moreover, majority of this time has been utilized for getting a vaccine ready rather than a medicine. So to summarize, whatever medicines we need to take to cure COVID, it should work inside a cell at molecular levels, and hence any leaves, turmeric or ginger would not be able to do this. If it had such a simple cure, we could have saved a lot of lives. In a letter in the Natural Medicine Journal, the official journal of the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians, the journal's team urged integrative health professionals to dispel the myths and misinformation about COVID-19 and natural medicine, to clearly communicate to patients, colleagues and manufacturers that there are no vitamins, minerals, herbs, nutrients or other natural medicines that have been shown in human clinical trials to prevent or treat COVID-19. This piece of information is from an association of naturopathic physicians. Note the point, Your Honor. In a May 2020 statement, the World Health Organization said it welcomes innovations and new therapies for COVID-19 based on traditional medicines, but they must be tested for efficacy and adverse side effects through rigorous clinical trials. WHO currently maintains that there is currently no evidence that any medicine, traditional or otherwise, that can prevent or cure COVID-19. Now please don't misquote us by saying that we are against vaccines. Vaccines and medicines are different. Current COVID vaccines don't cure. They prevent you from getting a serious infection. Medicines, on the other hand, is aimed at providing cure. We have also read about the DRDO claiming to have developed a medicine for COVID-19. We are, like the rest of the scientific community, eagerly waiting for the studies to be published and peer-reviewed before we can comment on it. We advise caution against misinformation about the effectiveness of alternative remedies because it could distract from evidence-based preventive methods such as hand washing, social distancing, and the use of face coverings. So why do people believe this? The anxiety among COVID-19 makes people more willing to try anything that might give them a sense of control over the situation, making them easy targets for scams. Our sincere advice is that before forwarding such information, people should think carefully and look it up. Misinformation messages may use scare tactics or other high-pressure rhetoric claimed to have all the facts while others do not, and jump into unusual conclusions. Please check the information source's source, looking on official websites, as some messages have falsely claimed to be from official bodies like UNICEF and governmental agencies. Products which claim to prevent COVID-19 risk giving dangerous false confidence and increasing infection rates. Going out to buy such products may encourage people to break stay-at-home orders, reducing social distancing. Some of these grandma's cures may help lessen some symptoms like cold, sore throat, etc. But to kill the coronavirus, that requires them to act on a micromolecular level, and all these fail here. As we always mention at the start of all of our videos, trust science, take the vaccine, stay protected. We will be back soon with yet another interesting video. Looking forward to seeing your comments. And if you have understood the contents of the video and you agree to it, only then please subscribe and press all so that you get notified about our upcoming videos. Till next time, it's bye-bye from Pale Blue Thoughts.